Hello everyone, and happy Tuesday! How is it going? Here we are with Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Well, we are on the first game, and we are not that far from finishing, but you know how long it's taking me. Everything takes a long time for me. Everything. I don't know why every video game that I stream, it takes freaking forever. Anyway, we were about to discover that in fact all the last case, the episode 5, is all related to the SL-9 incident, aka the Joe Dar killings, and that's why I put the title that I put. And I don't know what happened. I thought I was going to be late today, but I managed. Even though I went to the supermarket after work and then I had dinner, I managed to be on time. What a miracle. Anyway, let's go for it. Let's continue the story so then we can finish one day. I think I have quite a lot left. So, February 24, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Number 9. Oh yeah, and also get used to the Irish like evenings that are very bright. So we changed the time, so now I have very bright evenings, and then because I'm streaming looking out of a window, then it's like psh. So that's why I look very pale every time. So from end of March to like September, I look pale when I'm streaming. Blah 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 blah, everyone is talking. Talk! The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. We don't even know who the heck committed the crime, by the way. Emma didn't come back. Oh yeah, Emma went out when she heard about the Joe Dark killings. She was like, I'm out of here. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime, and now we think that he is part of a conspiracy theory or something. Because something happened there. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasional help in the elderly cross intersection when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime took place. Is it correct? Oh yeah, it's such a big thumb. Not thumb. Why I said thumb? What? I'm not okay. According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado soul is boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. Speak English! Day of the crime. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. Wait, I'm going to put... I forgot. Just in case, if I need it, I always keep things open. Because I don't want to take forever, so I prefer to sometimes look into the workflow. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Okay. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beer, but you don't see me complaining. Oh, he talked to the judge like that. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Thank you. It's all mine. Thank you so much. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard, so let's press everything. I always do that. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recording, sorry. You interred them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time will come, I will erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I will erase a tape, it feels like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, yeah, but it isn't going to do him any good. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence rooms. Actuality, I like that. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Can I... No, don't present anything. Can I... Oh, hey, Foley! 2 years! Oh my god! I don't know why... This is a very weird thing because I didn't receive any anniversary notification for Twitch. Why every time is so late though? I think last year I did it in May. Time marches on. I think last year I did it in May and now I didn't receive anything. I have to check after. I have to do a anniversary stream, but then which game? It's always a problem, right? Which game I'm going to stream? I don't know. That's a problem. Can't believe Jeff Bezos forgot your anniversary. No, but it's the same last year. Last year, I don't know why. It was in May. I think we can look into... It's there in the dashboard. No, not in the dashboard. Stream events. It says 16th of May. There you go. Stream day 16th of May 2024. It says celebrate your affiliate anniversary 16th of May 2022. But then I can edit it and I can change it. What? This is crazy. It says edit date. We register that you became an affiliate on 16th of May 2022. Change the date below if this is not correct. They should know. Not me. That's so stupid. Why am I going to change my own anniversary? It's like you are born and then you go to your parents and you're like, oh, what is my birthday? Oh, this day. And then you're like, no, I want to change it. Change my birthday. Fuck this. I changed my birthday and I like that it's a Wednesday this year. I don't know when is mine. Good question that I would like to answer. When is mine? Blah, blah, blah. My birthday is a Saturday! Yeah! Saturday! This year is going to be party hard! Woo-hoo. Anyway, there you go. We have 16th of May 2024. Wait, what is the 16th of May as well? Oh, a Thursday. Fuck, I don't stream on Thursdays. So I think I will change it probably. It needs to be within 2 weeks before or after the 16th of May. Okay, it's in a month. I'm going to start planning for the anniversary stream. And check what I can stream, by the way. Okay, let me come back to the game. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, we have the 77777 that we still don't know. That's what I wanted to check. Okay. They said it was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Okay. Hold it. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? And you heard the word I say, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. Okay. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. Wait a minute. You used to be a detective, so you used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I think I forgot to change my stream. My chat. Sorry. Put it back here now. There you go. Always arrange. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Camshus said something like that too. At any rate, the judge today is like, nah. It doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. It is, because I have a fingerprint. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. But wait, do I have the evidence from his fingerprint? I do. No, wait, is this one? Oh yeah, Marshall's fingerprint. I'm so fucking blind. Okay, so I can present that after. Okay. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Ooh, spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that Parlo's vongole sepia pasta. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Judge, spaghetti is not just some noodles. Come on. Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want a raise this year?" I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you will better draw. Otherwise, you are just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Or anyone. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I better up the ante. What does it mean? So, do I now present it? Okay, so let's besides the room's protected by 2 securities, if I remember right, I was so can I present it on this one? Yeah, at the ante, I know. Yeah, I know. I play a lot of poker, so I used to be addicted to poker, so maybe even too much. I had like an accident when I was living in France, and then because I was staying at home for a while because I had to be out of work for 6 months, because I had like a problem on my back, and I was just playing poker basically the whole time. Okay, let's present my thing. Yeah, to be honest, I won quite a lot, but I mean, from coming from nothing, right? Like I never put money, so I was only playing free roll tournaments and then making my money from it. Like every time, entering like all the free rolls until I make enough money to enter a tournament, and then I win a little bit on that tournament, and then I play another one and another one. So it was a good strategy, though. So, oh, Officer Marshall. Doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you tracked me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respect. That is make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints will be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. I like his boots in that image. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away, however. A luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints. Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints, found at the scene of the crime. That the judge doesn't like him at all. He's like, fuck this guy. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. How he knows so much? Like, really? The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated, sure. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it. The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense might now cross-examine the witness. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. It's my chance to prove it. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. Are you sure? That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. But that means the fingerprints have never been cleaned since then? Like, never? Never? Do you think that the fingerprints that are in every surface is for 2 years? Oh my god. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. Or a boulevard of broken dreams. I see. It would be strange if my fingerprints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Martian fingerprint updated in the court record. What did we update? One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine. It's not mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened the murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Sure. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Sorry. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? Why's the murderer was wearing gloves though? How do you know that? I might be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found on Detective Gamshu's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place her hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. Huh? There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. Not again! Not the security tape again! So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you are going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? How can we know it was not him? We learned from the samurai case, anyone can be dressed as anyone else, so... What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't it that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. Not again. The camera is panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. That's true though. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. Do we know that he was there? Let's go for it. Let's go and watch that video again. No, sorry. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Ooh. Now then, let's have another look at the video. I'm sorry. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Okay, so what are we seeing? Nothing now? Sorry, I don't know the music. I'm just singing whatever. shot in the shoulder. Wait. So when the murderer left, he left crawling. Wait! Rewind! Rewind! No, wait. Fast forward. Fast forward. There's something weird. Look at this. So here there's nothing in this locker, right? And you remember when we entered the evidence room, the first thing that we seen it was that there was a piece of cloth hanging on the locker of what we know now is Marshall's locker. So that's weird. And now if we fast forward, faster please. It doesn't go faster. So he gets hit. And we see him going, and now there's still nothing there, okay? Look at that. There's still nothing in that locker, okay? And now that the murderer is probably going crawling down the camera or something not to get caught, but now we see something. So someone opened the locker and closed it again and left something hanging. And because we know that it's only with fingerprints, it can only be Marshall. Bringing our attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. Todays are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Oh my god, today I lost my temper at work, by the way. Good time. Especially when I'm about to leave to another team. Now is a time that I can lash out and nobody can do anything about it. Yeah, I'll share the popcorn with you after. Could you summon what you have to say in 8 words or less? So, what the fuck? I have to put 2 layers again. Like, I'm so fucking cold. What is this weather? It's fucking 16th of April, Ireland. Get on with it. I'm cold. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Stop! With the... That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. I'm cold. It's very cold. Don't know what's happening with the weather. It was like 4 degrees this morning. Oh, the white cloth is gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order! Order! It would seem that's the only... Hold your horses! Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it, but they need your fucking fingerprint and I can see you have all your fingers. He's like, wait a minute. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Look at the judge. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Ooh. Dark Phoenix, we know, is serious shit. Okay? This guy ain't just plain dumb. He really doesn't know. Oh, I hate to rain in your parade, but you're the only person who can open the particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened the locker. Now prove it. Ooh. What do I present? Oh. Only the assigned detective prince can unlock it. Okay, there you go. Dark Phoenix. It gets dark. I love it though. Take that! A fingerprint sensor? Okay, he's sweating now. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Yeah, but if you have your own locker, you will know. Right? Phoenix? So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? And then, like, what was the name of that Japanese anime that it was the football one? I can't remember the name. The one that for every time that we're making a goal, it was like they were running and the stadium was so long. I can't remember the name of that one. This scene reminds me of that, you know, every time. Because it seems like Phoenix is going somewhere, but we don't know where. I can't remember the name of that anime. Oh, Jesus. I only got one word for you. No! Oh my god. What happened there? I need a chief of that. Order! 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 Witness! Explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. He's getting a little bit nervous. What if I leave him doing this forever and ever? Ole! What? Please answer the question. What is he now, a bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out of from here. Toughest jerking on to man, yes. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. Okay, I'm changing the chat a little bit again. Sorry. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Mickens didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Is the guy wearing... Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Wait. Why are they always asking me these questions? It should be to the witness to answer, not to me. Like, why me? I was not there. Oh, God. Okay. But he was a cardboard puppet. Yeah, look, I thought for a moment, like... what I'm thinking, it's like, is this like the case of the samurai thing, and then like Marshall was wearing the clothes of I can't even speak. Marshall was wearing the clothes of Goodman, so we should say victim. Is this K is supposed to be Mickens? Why K? Because the victim is called Goodman. Well, victim. But Goodman died in the parking lot, so why call it a victim though? Anyway, let's say there's a victim. Or whatever. Because this is so complicated. It's not a victim in this crime because he didn't die there. He died in the parking lot. So. So let's say victim. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There. But that's where the victim detecting Goodman was. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Yeah, and also because Mickens said that when he asked for the ID card, he got really pissed off and attacked him. Because for me, it was not Goodman. Because Goodman was dying in the parking lot as well of the prosecutor's office. So come on. Come on. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous. Why? Officer Mickens witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he will know for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Mickens did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes? And how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. Why the noise? Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. Huh? As you can see, Detective Guzman's picture is on his card. Excuse me? There's no picture in there. That's a white square. No, white now. Maybe gray. Whatever. That's empty. Oh, I get it. If he showed that his cover would have been blown, Officer Mickens would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? He had gray face sickness. That goes from going to work. I realized my face looked more gloomy when I go to work. You were quite an imagination partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence. Yeah, Phoenix, maybe you should have read a book about crime, like slang or whatever it's called. No, it's not slang. It's terminology. Like he is, like Phoenix is a lawyer that doesn't even know words. It's just so stupid. He's still denying it. You're going to have to do better than that to break a detective. It's his birthday every day. It seems so because... But wait, I even know what is a circumstantial evidence just because I watched too many crime things. Yeah. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dress up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, why the judge doesn't say anything about that? I would be like, what the fuck? Why are you attacking me? Why are you attacking my appearance? You fucking ugly cowboy. There you go. I'm going to defend the judge in here. Do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you are the one who couldn't take the desert heat. I can't speak. Ah, this can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Oh wait. This is the moment that Edgeworth saved my ass again. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. Wait, no, I know he's going to attack me. I thought he was going to save me. What? I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you run out into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics. Black Phoenix. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet, he did, despite the chance he might be discovered later as he has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our... Not again. Not again. Stop! I don't know why my hair is so fluffy today. It's because I got caught in the rain, maybe? So fluffy. It's the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. Foley, cover your eyes. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open this locker. Why he had to open? So we can see that he's wearing gloves. Whatever who is Detective Goodman or not. And we found that glove. I know, I'm sorry. What is it that he puts? I don't have a fucking clue though. I think I'm going to look into the walkthrough. Just not to get stuck in this over and over again. What is that he puts? Okay, let's pause it. I don't want to look at this again, so... It says that it's the blood. What happened that he went to hide something in there that is white? Yeah, the blood, but the blood is red, not white. What? Rewind. Rewind. Can we go faster when we rewind? Let me pause when he gets the blood in the shoulder. I mentioned the blood in the shoulder before. White coat has blood on it after the fight, yeah. But it's such a big coat that he put a full coat in there? It's not that big of a locker, right? It doesn't look that big. Look at the size. But whatever, apparently it's the coat. Makes sense. For some reason, you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman. It's very thin material. And enter the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. Well, SL-9 incident. He was involved in that, so probably he was trying to get rid of... No! Wait a minute. Not to get rid of evidence, save it. Because that crime was about to be closed and they were going to remove the evidence. So then Marshall wouldn't have access after that to the evidence. So there's something that he must been wanting to take from the locker of Goodman that had the evidence of the SL-9 incident. So, yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Mickens barged in on you. When asked to show your ID, you pull a knife on him. However, Officer Mickens panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. At least for when they released this game in PC, why they didn't change that scene where you see like the people in the court, because it's so bad quality. And you know, in Nintendo DS anyway, nobody cares because it was super small, but here it looks so weird. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated you all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? 2 years ago. If you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now. Now, would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. All right. It seems the time has come. Ooh. I had to do it that day. Couldn't just stand by and let it die, yeah, you say. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Mickens. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Exactly. Was not a murder. So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Mickens managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. Okay. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Also, nobody tested the blood? That's the first thing that you do in a crime scene, right? What the kind of police is this? Like, what the fuck? Guys, CSI was released in the time of Phoenix, right? Okay, let's press. When you say it, you mean, do you even have to ask, partner? The SL-9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. They only just discovered fingerprints, give them a sec. Yeah, and Lumino. It's like, the girl had to buy fucking Lumino from Amazon or something. I'm like, what? What does it mean? Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. The case is mine. My own. My precious. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation exactly. It was Goodman. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. Okay. Hold it a second. When I mean hold it, doesn't mean, Phoenix, that you're going to ask stupid questions, okay? Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I would be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. Well, you will get arrested anyway now. So you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card? I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. But that doesn't explain why we found his car in the parking lot. The stolen car. Huh. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking. Okay, now he explained it, but you returned it to a dead person. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open the locker yourself. But he could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I wasn't expecting Officer Mickens. I knocked him out. Yeah, poor guy though. You pulled a knife on Officer Mickens and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Mickens certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I have to think a little more about his race this year. Wait! He did good? In fact, it was an intruder because Marshall was not supposed to be there. Like, what the fuck? So, he did in fact a good job and now he's going to get punished for that. What the fuck? No, poor Detective Mickens. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me. I ended up cutting him slightly. He has medical bills. Yeah, exactly. He has a cut in his hand. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. No, and also he's in jail, by the way. With me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, I mean this one. I don't know what to say. So you knock Officer Mickens out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. But wait a minute. Why he just didn't crawl all the way to the locker originally? If he went out of the scene crawling, not to be seen, why he didn't also do it on the way in? Wouldn't that make more sense? Because eventually Goodman would have said, if he wouldn't have been killed, he would have said, hey, I don't have my... The first filthy. But Goodman would have said, hey, someone stole my ID card, because he was supposed to fill out the report. And then he would have said, like, that's not me in there, because my ID card was been stolen. So, he didn't think it through. Not at all. However, you blooded your coat in your struggle with Officer Mickens. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Mickens doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker. That's a crime, though. Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. The Detective Guzman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Far away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not a salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Phoenix, you're my boy. You're my boy. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the SL-9 incident. You know why? Why? But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we will wind up here sooner or later. Everyone's involved here is related in some way to that case. I better take another look at the files. What is it about? Victims. Is it because Neil Marshall? Is that his father or something? Is it? Am I right? Neil Marshall. Is that his father or something? I'm going to present it. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. What if I present it? This evidence clearly reveals it. Oh no, wait. Sorry. I got it wrong. Sorry. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Mickens. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas couldn't be caught on the camera. Do I need to present here? You know why? Wait, in which part I need to present the when it says you know why? Okay, let's go back again. Okay, let's present now. Do you know why? No, sorry. I don't present. Yeah, I did right. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Is it? Officer Marshall. I think I understand. Okay, there you go. Is it a father or something? Grandfather? Brother? Cousin? Second cousin? I think I know why you care so much about the SL-9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. Lover? No, well. No, it wouldn't be a lover. It would be the husband because they have the same last name. Except if it's father and lover or brother and lover or cousin and lover, and that would be more complicated. I have the SL-9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioning here. In a list of murder victims. It's Texas. But it's not Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall. Yeah, I'm sure you have heard the name. 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL-9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. This is so telenovela style. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, then the then Deputy Chief of Police. Which one is more good looking though? I don't like these pubic hairs on him. So I like a big beard. But not when there are like a few hairs. I don't like that. So the group of detectives I was part of work under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. And why are you not happy then with the... He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL-9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with his resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence, disguising himself. Why I said... I'm tired today. Too much work. Officer Mickens confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. So, you know what it means. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Goodman being hit twice. Chance. It's got to be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. But you still didn't even get why Lana Skye would kill Goodman. Like, what is her reason? Like, you know, in crimes, you have to find a reason. Like, okay, you can say someone is insane, but at least give me, like, a medical, like, proof that the person is insane and that's why he's committing crimes. Why Lana Skye will be all of a sudden from prosecutor to murder in 2 seconds? Like, why? But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet to remain the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one of Miss Angel Star is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Ah, that's a single word. I rest my case. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disapproving the alleged murder at the police department. Black Phoenix. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana's guilt because you're a fucking moron. I said it in the last stream already. I'm like, what are you doing? Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Where did she come from? Your Honor, wait! Emma! The defense has an objection, a scientific objection. Right? Do we? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor? In a sense. Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Oh, so nice. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL-9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentions it, the name of both Sky sisters were in the file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day? So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured I examined it scientifically. I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. So, did you find something? No. Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. So why are you interrupting now? Is that all? Please, don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Sorry, I passed it too fast. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Why? We know that this doesn't have anything to do with the other crime, so why are we caring still about this? Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If I ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Why do I put this responsibility on me every time? I don't know. I object. I object every time I don't know what to do. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. Oh no, don't tell me that we are going to watch a video again. The only thing that seems clear is you are grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes, something that when drawn will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? Can you let me look at the floor plans? Is this the floor plans? Blood, blood, blood. What is missing? Anything that is missing? The glove? No, the glove was in the locker. The vase? That nightmare creature? You think that is that? Oh wait! Was allegedly dancing. We know it's not allegedly. We know it's true because it's part of our nightmares. Okay, well, if you say that... Whatever. What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So? Oh no. Wait. I'm not going to put the video again, right? So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well? Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it will be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. What? So that means... just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Undeniably, sorry. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Mickens was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark... Sorry, that was finished. Was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in? Well, there is still that 7777 that we don't know who the fuck was it that entered before everyone. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It might sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? Maybe Goodman got really killed in there? Is that what he's trying to prove? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Mickens cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time... Why? Stop it! Stop putting that video! Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been... Detective Goodman, when he was really murdered. I love this music. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. And the amount of blood as well. Let's not forget that. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? To summarize, the defense claims that prior to the Officer Mickens being caught by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? As Miss, I can't speak. As Mr. Edgeworth said, proofs must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present this evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? So, it's the only thing I can think of is the record. No, sorry, this one. A 420. But let me check something. Goodman. Autopsy report. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. So that means from 4 to 5:30 he died? Is that what he means? Yeah. Date and time of death between February 21st between 4 p.m. and 5:30, so he could have died at 4:20. I'm going to present this thing. Let's see if that. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have to have entered it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. Yeah, but Goodman didn't have an ID card. An ID card? Oh, the ID card record. And then, at 4:20... Wait. We are saying if Goodman got killed at 4:20, at 4:40, Miles Edgeworth was there. What? Officer Mickens brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Ah, or 4:20. Ah! Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure it out. Couldn't have been me. Nope. I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Mickens and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was whipped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining, 77777. Talk about a lucky number. I don't know if I said the right amount of sevens though. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. he went in with 777777777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 777777777. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 7777777, I don't know how many times I said 7, belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Is it Gant? Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Not even in a crime. But that's ridiculous. Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. I knew he was civil. Yeah, especially when he stopped talking and he just looks at you. And then he just laughs. It's like unnerving. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I'm not a prosecutor. I'm the lawyer. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate if you will keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana. Don't be stupid. She's being charged with murder. Of course, we have looked up her ID number. And it's not 7777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. SL-9 incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana! I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in the crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. No. What the fuck? She's saying, like, you can just lie? We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. I like these parts. The silence. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Oh, the people is so loud! Order! 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 Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial will have to wait until the following day. To be continued. But we are not done! Not today. Let's try to push a little bit more so to see if I can finish soon. One day. Maybe. Probably. How many... So we are now... Day 3 investigation. Okay. It's going to be a long one. I suppose then we have the day 4, the trial. Yeah. Maybe one day I'm going to finish. Maybe one day. Maybe. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright and call law offices. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. We just seen it. You don't need to remind me, okay? Thank you. Yeah. I've just seen it. Please. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL-9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. And you were studying to be a lawyer, but you don't read the newspapers. Amazing job. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. What did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. Well, it was there in the file. We read it on the last stream. So come on. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man comes bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. Permanent picture. Permanent picture. What did you see in the instant the crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. But he says that his brother would have never lose a fight, though. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. Why you pass out? When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Sorry. Poor Emma. You've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable. She just got a little bit taller, but just a tiny bit. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimony and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana will never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, yeah, he said it. But I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he might not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today. She must not have been able to face up what she did, especially not to Emma. Something puzzling. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? So it was Lana that was supposed to be killed? That's right. Why then will a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Jodar had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective's offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was a chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. So she went from detective to chief prosecutor. Dun. How do you do that? After the Jodar case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. I could understand if you go from detective to prosecutor, but to chief prosecutor? Lana used to be a detective. I'd better have another talk with her. Okay, let's go talk with Lana. Ah, visitor's room. That's it. Lana! Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul? You say fool, foul. I always get confused when you say one or the other. English, please. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Fool, foul. What is the difference? No, I mean, I know what is the difference in the word, but how do I know which one they are trying to say? She was trying to say that they're making her fool, and they're making her foul. I don't know. Believe me. Oh, fool is with double U. Okay. English. What is the difference anyway? Like, technically, you wouldn't be you? Like, could? Should? And then you say foul? Really? That doesn't make sense. Or you is always you. It gets worse. No, don't start. Yeah, foul. Yeah, that's true. The chicken is also called foul. But on this side, it makes sense. OW. OW, owl. Like foul, owl. But then fool should be fool with W, fine. But fool with O-U-L? It should be you, because it's like cool, shul, fool. You understand what I mean? In the, like, foul is fine, fool is fine, but foul is not fine. The foul with O-U-L, I mean. I'm getting, but anyway, let's leave it like that. I hate English. Could, would, should, fool. Now you're going to say, because this one they end with D. So maybe. And foul doesn't fin. It's not ending with D. So maybe that's why it's foul. I don't know. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL-9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Yeah, I have a fucking right to know. I'm defending you, you motherfucker. Like, if I would have known all this, like, information before. Like, Jesus. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believe in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you will always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. As another word, soul. Then they say if it's soul, what is no fall? No, but I mean, it shouldn't be foul. It should be then fall. Because soul, fall. It's only changing one letter. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I ever seen Lana look so phased before. Even though I didn't know this person before, I'd never seen her so phased. I just seen her for 2 days and now I'm pretending that I know her for her whole life. It's true, I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and... Oh, sorry, her. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was a deputy chief. No, now it's Lana. Why I can't read who is there in the top. He was a deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scene. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. You want to be a weirdo? Go ahead. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolized her big sister, even though she's a liar and she's covering a crime. Or whatever. But now you're a chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL-9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Why? Without a doubt, Joe Dark was a serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. I was going to say Drake. He was trying to save me from Drake, yeah. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. First one at scene. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stage, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL-9 incident. That's right. Quite a coincidence, I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. I'm the only one not involved in this crime. For once. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I share. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief office, the site of the final SL-9 murder. Okay, we go to see that mother fucker. I don't like him, but we have to see him again. Police station, criminal affairs department. I don't see Detective Gamshu anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right. The chief of detectives seems the same though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right. We can come back here later. Let's go to the police department entrance. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que será, será. You never know where life will lead you, huh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was this one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. No steak lunch. I'm sorry. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe's darts, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there is a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL-9 incident left behind. Prosecutor Marshall. I got the looks, but he got the brains. Wait! You have pube hairs in your face. He has the look. And the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made a detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he? They are twins. Your brother. He was 27 at the time. It was part of the 27 Club! He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. Wait. The King of Prosecutors prize is broken. Did it break that day, maybe? What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL-9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. Like my... apparently... me being affiliate, but... Was it in May though? Or then it was in April and I changed the date? How can you change the date in the system though? I remember last year I did the anniversary stream in May though. That's the thing. I don't know how that happened. How you can subscribe for 24 months if not? Yeah, I changed it last year. But that doesn't mean I changed it in the system. I just changed the day of the stream. But now in the system it says that the day was to 16? What did I say? I don't remember. Done. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. I remember that I did the anniversary stream like 1 week and so later because I had to change the date because I don't know why. Why I changed it. I was traveling in April. I don't know. I'm going to look at the emails. Because if not, I'm going to change it to the original date. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioner would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gaunt and Lana Skye. Gant and Sky. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second-in-command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentioned it, Emma says something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret? It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. And she's a minor. Careful there. Oof. Okay. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks? Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do, about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we would like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officer or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. You're an idiot. Just say yes and go. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief office. Don't say anything. Shut up. Is this a vampire lay? What I was going to say. The vampire lay. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It blew my... What the fuck is this place? This is not an office. What? Is this Bach office? And I mean Johann Sebastian Bach? What the fuck? And that's where the music comes from. Now I understand. But it sounds like kind of like the music in the baseball matches, you know, that they're playing in the organ. Oh god. Whoa, where I am? In the chief office, silly? At least that's what it said on the door. Check out the pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. There you go. I said Bach first. Thank you so much. These people are... They know their culture, huh? I thought... I never could remember where C was. Da, da, da. Oh, it's you too. Chief Gant. He put a paper he was reading in his desk. So, Radio, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. Kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I have my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. Yes, my dear. See the big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me, and... Wait! The vase! And what the fuck? Why is... First of all, what is this? And why is he wearing a red scarf like Lana as well? This is weird. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. So many things are not right. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it though. Well... The trophy's not broken, right? Yeah. Look! The trophy used to have a spear! Or a knife, or a spade. I don't know what the fuck was this. So, that was a murder weapon. Wasn't for the trophy, right? Young team picture added to the court record. They're getting places. Anyway, I would like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we would still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that Kate isn't over with yet, after all. What do you mean? Chief can't deny our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us to looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's got to be a way we can get inside the chief office. I think I'm going to leave it here, because I'm getting a little bit tired. Yeah, well, let's leave it here. I imagine that I have to talk with Gumshoe probably, because he's always the one helping me with all the shit to get access to places. That's what I'm thinking, but that will be in the next stream. So maybe 2 more streams? I'm trying to see how much I have left. Yeah. 2-3 more streams. Especially because on Tuesday I'm tired. Because I just came back from the office, so... Anyway, let's leave it there. Let's save. What is in the room that he doesn't want us to see? We will know on the next stream. I will never finish this game. Never. The episode 5 is the longest episode of the whole game. Like, really? Wow. Crazy. Anyway, this was Phoenix Wright for Tuesday. Tomorrow and Thursday I'm off. tomorrow probably I will play Stardew Valley after I come back from work, because I want to. And Thursday I'm thinking of going to the cinema. So then we will be back on Friday with Pony Island. So I wonder how the heck will be Pony Island? What is it about? So I don't know. So, and then, you know, the funny thing is, when I went to install the game, you know that the announcement of Pony Island 2 happened when I talk about playing this game, obviously. And then the announcement of Pony Island 2 is there. That in fact, I didn't know the name of it. It's called Pony Island 2 Panda Circus. This is a game I haven't stopped thinking about it since I first released Pony Island almost 8 years ago. Panda Circus has occupied a little corner in the back of my mind as I developed the hex and inscription. I also have to check out the hex. It was exciting to look back on all the ideas I have for the game over those years and finally sit down to start working on it. This is also making good on a promise that the original Pony Island IRG made. It wasn't a joke. If you want to be notified when the game comes out, you can wishlist here on Steam or join the mailing list. Thanks for sticking with me all this year. I can't wait for you to play it, Daniel. So the last announcement that he had before that, it was Inscription. Thanks for playing Pony Island, and I hope you like this one too about Inscription. So Inscription is coming. So yeah, Pony Island 2. So then we have to play Pony Island 1 to know what the fuck is about Pony Island in general. It says Pony Island 2 is happening. Hold on to your pandas. What? Anyway, yeah, that's the game that we're going to be starting on Friday. So it's going to be interesting. On the sake of checking, because I can't rest until I know how can I check when I was originally affiliated to Twitch? How would I know that? Is there a place that I can check the date? Maybe an email? Will emails? Do you receive an email when they say, is there an email when you pass the anniversary thing? Anyway, let me go to my finishing screen. I don't remember if I received something. Let's search affiliate on my emails, and then maybe we will find it. Hello? Affiliate. I have too many emails to mention affiliate. Top results. Oh my god. The search is not great. Oh my. Why there come so many? Can I search by Twitch? Oh, let's search it. Affiliate Twitch. I want to know the date so then I can plan. I can plan the real stream. So we know it was in 2022. Wait, this is confusing. Oh my god, this is not even on an order. Why like Outlook is so stupid? Why am I using Outlook as well? Stupidity from my part. Your stream summary. No, that's not what I want. Just stream summary. Stream summary. How many stream summaries I have? Many. Because I don't know how many streams I did. Okay, I can't find anything. Wait! There! I got it. Oh yeah, it was on the 16th of May. So Twitch is right. It says, you have leveled up to Twitch affiliate on the 16th of May. The Twitch affiliated program allows you to start earning on your Twitch channel. So how come Folly you did 24 months? And it happened the same to me when I subscribed the last time to your account and you said, oh, it's still 1 month to my affiliate anniversary. How come it happens then every time? Time travel, yeah. Because it says 16th of May. Okay, so we will do an anniversary stream on that week. Or this is like the beginning of the 12 months. But that doesn't make sense, right? Like the beginning should be when you start being affiliated. And then, because it's the moment that you send, I don't know, whatever, anyway. 16th of May, so that's confirmed, at least that's confirmed. So that will be, probably I will do an anniversary stream on that. I have a month to plan. Okay, and I also can, oh, and then to your 30th year it will be 25 months subbed, maybe. When I was just thinking, maybe I can do a vote, or I can do channel points for a game to play. I'll think about it. Let's think about some funny things to do, like I did with Robocop. Yeah. Maybe I can do a longer stream as well. Maybe I can do, I don't know, 6 hours. Can I stand 6 hours streaming? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that was it for me. So then I will be back on Friday with Bunny Island. Looking forward to it. And then Lake on Sunday. 6 hours standing. Sounds like, to be honest, I would sometimes prefer a standing up stream. Like I'm having issues sometimes being seated so long because my legs are hurting, but maybe. This is a week also where I'm starting 2 new games, and that means amazing week. I'm so happy. I'm happy to start new games. I'm always happy. Anyway, thank you so much, Folly, for keeping me company in the chat, and for everyone that was lurking, always welcome. And you can find my Phoenix Wright full streams on my YouTube channel. I always forget to put the automatic thing, but I'm going to send there my channel. And so I have a playlist with all the streams of Phoenix Wright, and people are watching them, so not bad. No, I don't have 20 million views, but I always have like 15, 20 views, something like this. So it's not that bad. Apparently people like to watch my Ace Attorney streams. So yeah, thank you so much, and have a good night, and see you Friday. Bye bye.